My name is David Nicholls, and I'm a portfolio manager for the Global Emerging Markets Fund. And I spent the last week in India, and it's been a fantastic week. I spent the first half in Chennai, visiting the production sites of several of our portfolio companies, as well as senior management teams. I then spent the last few days in Mumbai, where I've met 13 companies, many of which were completely new. And in terms of the general mood, I say it's actually pretty positive, especially even among sort of more skeptical sort of local investors here. India's taken a breather, as we called it, in 2025 in terms of equity markets, returning just 6% year to date in dollars versus emerging markets, which had a fantastic year, returning 31%. And there's four main factors for this. The number one is, of course, geopolitics. Number two is a cyclical slowdown in the economy. Number three is that we entered 2025 with quite high valuations after a very strong market in 2024. And finally, number four is the lack of AI sort of tech names in the benchmark or in the index. But I think really all of those factors feel like they could be turning for 2026. I think at least that's the feeling here. Number one, it feels like there's going to be some sort of trade agreement signed soon with the US. Number two, there've been a raft of tax changes to try and stimulate the economy, which means that the consumption to start growing. Number three, valuations have just got cheaper because these companies have kept growing, and of course the stock market hasn't moved much. And number four, actually, a lot of investors are now saying the lack of AI could actually be a good thing. I think a lot of global investors worry about AI and exposure to that. In terms of companies, as always, really exciting range of companies. I think the most striking site visit or company visit for us was visiting our portfolio holding Continental Coffee in Chennai. They're one of the largest instant coffee producers in the world, and at heart, a structural growth play. Indians only have 30 cups of coffee a year compared to 200 global average, and it's growing quickly. But I think visiting the site just really reiterates the high quality of the company. We had to wash our hands maybe 10 times while visiting the different sectors and things, just because that focus on quality and cleanliness is really there. And also, I think our analyst, Ratish, has been adamant that the market is just not appreciating the growth from capacity expansion that they had, because the company's not really covered by international brokers or local brokers even. And yet you saw that in Q3 with the revenues growing over 50%. That led to good stock market return and good alpha for the fund. So all in all, I think we're positively excited. I'm already looking forward to 2026 and my next visit there.